Right now we have a short-term tailwind going on.
Yeah.
And so that's when you double down. Go make that money, but then don't spend all that money.
I think the more we have human connection, the stronger your business is going to be and your relationships are going to be.
A lot of real estate agents, they have to learn that.
You have to know when you fail and be able to pivot, and then you serve people better. Just being transparent.
A great starter home to a new family in El Cajon. A project that we love. It wasn't a headache. Hey everyone, welcome back to Revive and Reveal, where we show and tell the real stories behind those pretty transformation photos that you see all over Instagram. I'm Brian Daly. I've revived over 700 homes here in Southern California, owner and founder of We Revive, and today I'm joined by Karlee Vandyke, real estate badass with the Whissel Whissel Beer Realty now.
Yeah, we're Whissel Beer now.
I'm behind on the time here.
I know.
So today we're going to break down the acquisition, renovation, and sale of 13541 Avenida Del Oro. It's a mouthful in El Cajon.
Yes.
So you brought us into that. But before we do that, I just want to learn more about what makes Karlee tick.
Yeah.
So I usually embarrass myself with this question.
Okay.
But are you familiar with like Marvel and like the origin stories? Okay. So
A little bit.
We're going to get into your origin story today. All
love
right,
it.
So what's your real estate origin story? How'd you get into it?
Yeah, well, it was, let's see, 2021. Isn't that the year everyone thought to get their license because the rates were good or whatnot? And I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know it was a good time to get in. But it was, post-COVID, and it sounded like a good time. So my friend was a broker. They managed 600 properties.
Wow.
So it sounded like a good idea, right? Go in listings team. If you manage 600 properties, that's what I thought. And then she made a pivot into lending, and I thought, well, I should probably find some people that I would want to emulate down the road and get in close proximity to them. So I hopped aboard EXP kind of directly. My husband's a software engineer, and he said, find a cloud brokerage.
Nice.
So I found them, and then you're kind of solo again. So who do you find the best of the best? And then I ended up in one of Kyle's meetings and took it from there. So that's how it came to be. But before that, I knew about real estate. My parents were in property management. So
what did you do before you made the pivot?
For 15 years, I owned a fitness studio in Scripps Ranch.
Oh, nice.
So I'm a bar girl. So I owned that and still teach sometimes.
And that was tough in COVID.
Yeah. We did parking lot workouts, and then we also partnered with RBN, did a lot of outdoor classes.
Nice.
So we made it work, and it's still in business.
Nice.
But it was just time for me to do something more.
Okay. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you find Kyle? How did you get into his atmosphere?
I think at the time he had this amazing woman named Brandy. She called me.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I'll check out a meeting. And it was really just the culture.
Yeah.
Like once you get there, it's the culture. So that's what did it. I think if you have good culture and people that know what they're doing, you're thinking, okay, well, they know what they're doing. So this is a good team to be on.
He's been his not only his team, but what he's been able to do with EXP.
Yeah.
Like he's been integral nationwide for EXP. I mean,
it's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. So and then they recently combined. How is it? Have you noticed a change as Whissel Realty became Whissel Beer?
Yeah. Well, the key thing, number one, we had a lot of branding, and I think it looks great.
Yeah.
And then you have an extra office and some more agents, and now we're just in the process of merging systems, which takes a long time.
Yeah.
But
big, both very big machines.
Yeah.
Like you can't, that has got to be. I mean, I actually know Laura Bronca pretty well from a previous before I got into investing. She was a closing manager for Atlas REO, and that's where I worked. She was a badass then. She's a badass now.
We're lucky to have her, and I think that's a key component because there's some things that Beer had really well and Whissel had really well, and just finding the best of the best and merging them has been pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Laura has been pivotal in kind of running ops and make us look good to our clients. So
now Whissel Beer is that the biggest team in San Diego now from a head count or I know it's from a volume count like for sure, but
I would say from a head count, I don't think there's any other team that comes close to, 100 and at any given time 30 to 60 agents. So
and he's not the kind of guy who just wants everybody to come hang his light. He's very particular about who he lets in and who
That's
stays.
very true. Yeah.
So to have that many, that's again.
I mean, the litmus is like you gotta sell 6 homes a year, which to me sounds really like nothing, but
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of the industry across the nation, I mean, people sell 1 to 2.
Yeah.
So it's still 6 times more than the average. So
Yeah.
I think there is an expectation to perform.
That's
for
good.
sure.
So going into like your personal business within the brokerage,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any core philosophies or values that kind of drive you and how you work with clients, how you operate day to day?
To learn from your mistakes and then just make changes. So I'm more interested in what I did wrong so that I can make it better.
Yeah.
I'm pretty humble that way. I just think we're humans, and I think the more we have human connection, the stronger your business is going to be and your relationships are going to be, because we're in a world of tech and we're in a world of AI and everything's automated, and that's great and helps us perform behind the scenes. But just connecting with people, I think, is going to be worth a lot more as we go.
What have you applied from your previous fitness business into real estate that you felt like has been helpful?
Well, it's, I think, the foundation of just knowing how to run a business. Like, what is a P&L? What is, all of these things I already know.
That's true.
Like, that's pretty important.
But a lot of real estate agents, they have to learn that, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, get your S Corp set up right away, whether you're going to buy 1 home or sell 1 home or 2 home. Like, have that foundation set up, have a great CPA, have more than just an annual meeting from a business perspective, know that. And then when you are working with a team and you have team gen leads, and I think just in general, a lot of people want to buy them or go this way. And if you have them pouring in and you understand, a lot of people complain about splits here and there. Well, know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
And if you sign a contract and an agreement, then stop complaining or stop taking the leads. That's how I look at it. Like you just have to own your business, however it is, and whatever direction it goes. And I think that's what I've taken from what I've learned. I also managed, 15 staff, and I don't love that. So I don't want to run my own team, you know, maybe like a small core group, but definitely am not looking to build a team.
Yeah, it is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
And it's a tough business model. And Kyle would agree.
Yeah.
It's a tough business model. But knowing that too it helps you stay focused and keep your life simple to where it matters.
I think owning your outcome, owning your mistakes is probably the best way to win. You have to know when you fail and be able to pivot, and then you serve people better. Just being transparent, like, well, you know what, that didn't work, so this is how we'll do it better next time. And that's how I am with my clients too. Like I share, it's proof of success, right? Like I share my proof of success stories so they know, hey, we went this way, it didn't sell. We pivoted, relaunched, and did this way, and then we got this for it. Like they can see through my stories why it works, rather than this is what we should do, without having any of the proof of success to share with them. And with that, you have to fail in order to succeed sometimes. So there's a little piece of that in that story. And I think through storytelling is probably my superpower, maybe.
So I did a little digging before this.
Yeah.
So I checked out your Instagram, and I saw some of your recent stories, and I saw one that was really intriguing about the market and what it's doing right now. So what is your take on what's happening right now, 2026, February?
Yeah.
Almost March.
Well, it's like, what leading indicator do we look at? Because none of us have a crystal ball, but there's little things that let us know. I mean, you can go into the 10-year Treasury, but really, if you look at the fundamentals of buying a home and where rates are going, if you see an uptick in mortgage starts, which started around October 13th, and we started to see that increase, and so I look at that and I'm thinking, all right, I think we're headed towards the right direction. Then you see rates go down a little bit, and I think today some news of the 10-year Treasury, so I think it's going to follow. That's just, I'm looking at the leading indicators behind the scenes. I don't have a crystal ball, but I share that with my clients, like, this is what I'm looking at if you'd like to know. I think Altos is great. I use that instead of like Fast Stats, so I can see what a 7-day rolling average is, and at least give a good idea of, hey, this week we can see the zip code, that we're in performing this way, and kind of move and pivot that way. So I think that now would be a great time to lock in, a lot of listings
Yeah.
and be ready to roll. Because I think 2026 so far for me has been, we're 2 months in. I think close to 8 million. And so I think this year is going to be fantastic. So, and 2 years from now might not be. Maybe next year won't be. So you should work and make the money and then don't spend it all. Okay, save some, invest some, save some for taxes, and be ready for the next dip, because that'll happen too.
There's a crap ton of wisdom in that.
Okay.
The whole thing you just said right there. First off, it's refreshing because I don't know how much you know about me, but I write a weekly newsletter about the leading indicators for where the market's going. It's refreshing to hear somebody like I don't even know if you knew that, but you're immediately already thinking that way. Plus, then you just talked about, identifying when you have headwinds or tailwinds. Right now, we have a short-term tailwind going on.
Yeah.
And so that's when you double down.
Yeah. Get to work.
Go make that money, but then don't spend all that money. There's so much wisdom in everything you just said.
People don't know. You can't buy flashy things. Just sit down, save your pennies for a rainy day.
That was brilliant. So. Last question before we dive in.
Yep.
Outside of real estate, what are you fired up about right now?
Oh gosh. So I have one kid launched into college.
Okay.
So she's just what I would call killing life. Like the kiddos I love seeing what she's doing. And then I've got a son he's 16, he has a driver's license.
Okay.
So I'm excited about like the next phase of life. Like I'm in the sandwich generation, right? Where it's like you got parents you might have to care for, but kids you're still trying to launch. And I'm excited for like where that leads.
Okay.
Because I've been in like the Poway area for so long and all my family's there. But then I kind of feel like this little tug to go maybe back to coastal, and so maybe that happens, and I'm excited about it.
It sounds exciting. Yeah, it sounds like you're seeing the potential for a new new foundation that you get to set after
a new little atmosphere, and then I love working out. I'm really into Pilates and Legree, and so I'm connected to that community. That's important to me. I start my day that way. I'm an early bird. I like to get up early, and I always think about my grandfather sitting in the dark at 5 a.m., drinking his Folgers black roast with the clock going tick-tock, tick, and that's like my happy time. So I have my little tick-tock clock time and have a coffee and get to work out. And then when I work out, then I'm, happy, and I won't have road rage later. So that's what I'm excited
Well, you can't have road rage anymore when you have full self-driving.
I love full self-driving.
Everyone
should. Tessie is my best girl. She gets me everywhere. And now, like in real estate, you could be in any niche area in San Diego, and it might be new to you, and you have to get home. Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to be 50 soon, a couple months, and my eyesight isn't great, so I can just press in the address, and then she just drops me off at home, and I love that.
I am so jealous.
Smart. That's a smart purchase. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the story of Avenida Del Oro.
Yeah.
We'll go to the big screen and walk through it.
Cool.
Sound good?
Awesome.
All right. We're in front of our big screen, and we are going to hammer out 13541 Avenida Del Oro. As we talked about, we're going to tell the story, like what happened, how did we do it, why did we do it, and what was the result. So, Karlee, this was your seller.
Yeah.
How did it come about? How did you generate the relationship with the seller, and then walk us through the transaction?
Yeah, Terry, he called in and he was looking for primarily just cash offers, right? Like most of them that are off market. And he had owned the house for 30 years, and he was in a bit of a financial hardship. It was almost paid off, but there was some tax liens. You're just in dire straits, and you really need to offload it, but wanted to, he had a certain dollar amount in mind. And it was cool because he's from Iowa, and when I showed up, being a Midwest girl myself, we just connected, and he was, I had a couple people stop by, but your team and your acquisitions team was just so amazing at building a relationship with him, and that's what really made it work. Nice. And I think he just liked who was in the living room with him and getting to know him. Nice. And that's what human connection really made that happen, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. So it was. I mean, it's tough when financial hardships gets involved, and you have to make decisions quickly. We talk about this often. A lot of people want cash offers, but they also want top
value.
Top dollar. Unfortunately, it's usually it's a trade-off. You're trading convenience. You have to trade a little equity in order to make it work. So he was one of the few that understood that the dollar amount he was asking for was a little bit of a stretch, but it was reasonable.
Yes.
So this is what it looked like beforehand.
Yeah.
And it was structurally a super solid house.
Solid house, yeah.
Didn't need, this is a cookie cutter, single family, El Cajon, just great, entry level / move up buyer neighborhood.
Yep.
Nothing structurally wrong with the house, which isn't, we love these projects because we can fly. They don't come up very often.
Well, I love that I found it for you. Yeah.
Let me see. When you first saw the property and met Terry, were you thinking that the cash offer was a route it was going to go?
100%.
Yeah.
I knew that was the only way.
Yeah.
Unless he was willing to move, if he had a roommate living there, and move things out of the way, taking it to market would be really difficult because it was very cluttered. And he needed to do a lot of work to it. Plus, I think you could visibly see some leaks here and there, and it wouldn't show well.
Where did he end up moving to when the sale was done?
Back to Iowa.
Back to Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is he all good? Is everything?
Yeah, he's doing
good?
great.
Great.
He's super nice guy, and I think just more than anything, when you meet somebody in this situation, it's more about just they want to feel heard, and if you can listen and then guide them and let them know, hey, you might make a little bit more money going on market, but we're going to get through inspection, and then someone's going to come to you and nickel and dime this or that, and maybe the lender won't allow it, and so now we're back to square one. So it's all about timing too, and just let them know the facts of what we're up against, the pros and the cons, and let them make the decision. They feel empowered.
This was in late 2025, and the market was not as great.
Pretty tough, yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough resale market. So I do understand, like the homes were sitting on the market, even for us. Like we were taking some hits on some of the properties that we had bought earlier in that year. So we were conservative in how we were underwriting. But yeah, it was a tough market to sell. So yeah, going on the market, you never, that could have drug on for another 90 days or longer.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the pro forma numbers and what we were looking at when we bought it. So there was two comps that we felt like were strongest. We had one at 832, and then we had this one at 890. So they were both pretty good comps. The first one, which I didn't have the right picture of, was a little larger but not renovated. This one was renovated. It was in a better location, and it sold at a stronger time in the market. I think this one sold in June or July.
Yeah.
So here's what we landed on. So our purchase price was $620. Our rental budget was $101, and then all the other costs that we're kind of estimating that goes into it. We thought that $875 would have been possible if the market was better. So we undercut that down to $856.
That makes sense. Yep.
And it's a good thing we did. We ended up selling a little bit less than that, but we had 141 days. It wasn't a long remodel, but we were struggling with selling houses at the time. So we're like, man, if this continues, like we have to factor in full 90 days for a resale.
Yeah.
And so our total hold time was 141 days. Projected profit of just under $50,000, and then our investor return in there as well. So again, it was a really straightforward escrow. It was a really straightforward renovation for us.
It was a good partnership. Like I'm glad that we worked together on that. It suited my client, and it looks like you were able to find something without any problems behind the walls.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we talked, the renovation was a full cosmetic renovation, but we did not end up having to do a lot of layout changes. We did not have any real big surprises.
Yeah.
And the house came out looking really good.
Really good.
Even the front yard, like you can tell, like we didn't have to do a lot. It was rocks. We had to weed it a little bit, but it, for El Cajon, it wasn't really a usable front yard. So why have grass? Keep it low maintenance. But it worked out well with the design. Kitchen, again, usually we're opening up a ton of walls around a kitchen. This time we did not have to. I have a photo in here. Let me tell you a story you didn't know about.
Yeah.
All right. We had this above ground pool. It was in pretty good shape. There was like one or two little holes in it.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole project, our team was, and I've never done this before, they were going to keep the pool.
Yeah.
They were going to keep the above ground pool, which usually we don't. But they're like, it's in good shape. And so they spent like $50 to grab the patching. And so I saw, usually that's one of the first things we take out.
Yeah.
And I was going through the photos in the middle of the project. I'm like, hey guys, what's up with the above ground pool? It's like, oh, we're going to keep it. I'm like, okay, that's a choice. I've never done that before. So like 2 days before we took photos, they're like, nah, I'm going to get rid of that thing.
Yeah. That's a good call, probably.
Yeah. So useful.
Yeah.
But from marketing the property, I don't know if it helped or hurt us not having it, but great yard for what it was, and getting that out of the way did leave some space open for them to decide what they wanted to do with it. Would you have kept the above ground pool or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was a good call unless it was 2021 in the height of the summer and you threw a duck in it. Maybe someone might like it, but not now. No, I think it was a good call.
Yeah. And COVID times, any pool was a good pool.
Any pool was a good pool.
Front came out great. I think the double front door made a big difference to the curb appeal. Everything else was, we just painted the garage. We didn't have to. Sometimes we go bigger and get it, when a garage door is so prevalent for the curb appeal. Sometimes we spend more money on it just to make it shine. But in this case, the front door did it. So we came up. We're done. Did the reno actually really quick. It moved super fast. Our budget was 101,200, as I said before. We spent 104,472. So anything within a small variance, we're like, that was a win, because sometimes they can get out of control.
How do you decide what colors to paint it and whatnot? Like over time, how do you know how to make it look good? Because curb appeal's big, and you made it look really good.
The classic, I'm honestly surprised it's still around, the white and black, but it's still strong. Like people still dig it. So full disclosure, I don't do it.
Yeah.
We have a designer on our
But
team.
at one time, were you the designer?
Yeah, that was
700 homes ago.
It was.
Yeah.
The designs were not as good as they are now.
All right.
Every once in a while I have a harebrained idea and we follow it. But Kayla Burns is our in-house designer.
Oh, yeah.
She does all our layouts and all our design choices and our color schemes. Now we have, for houses like this that are relatively cookie cutter, that are, under $1 million, we have templates. And so she's created these templates, and then for every property we do a little bit different. Like we'll make edits to the template. And so this is one of them. The white body, black trim look. It's 4 years strong since COVID, basically, and it's still. People
still like it.
Still like it.
Looks fresh and clean.
I'm starting to get over it, but I also look at these all the time. So I don't know. How about you? You see a lot of. Flips.
It's kind of same thing. I feel a little over it, and
so that means it's time to change.
Yeah, it's time to change.
Yeah, it's time to change.
I think go back to like desert sand or like a Rancho Santa Fe look.
Yeah.
Right, like a warm earth tones.
We have
stack stone.
We've been doing that on some of our higher end stuff.
Yeah.
We don't go white and black on higher end now. But I do think you're right. I think we'll have to go back to the design template.
Yep.
Thanks for the push.
Okay.
Inside though, inside design, I don't think this is going anywhere for right now.
That's true.
The earthy
floors.
Yeah, earthy floors, the whites with the natural wood combo. I have seen darker coming back, like darker cabinets, darker wood accents. So we play with that every once in a while now. But this whole, kind of white theme is still really strong interior design wise. Do you dabble in interior design at all?
I would say that I used to be a little bit more. I love like the vintage kind of look, so I have very eclectic taste, I would say, in my own home decor.
Yeah.
But I would say I haven't spent a lot of time as of late, and it's calling me. So it's time to be a little bit, yeah. I have a couple renovation projects going on at my house.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Like
that's exciting.
adding some color.
It's exciting
We can
and
add
also
color.
super distracting and stressful.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want
We're
people at my house.
We're about to start a project on the outside. I've been putting it off for years.
Years, yeah.
Okay, so this is, again, this is just how it ended. Very, very straightforward. So from a sales standpoint, couldn't have, I guess, gone better considering the timing of the year. Like we listed this in November.
Yeah.
Which worst time of year to list, but for us, it's all about speed.
Yeah.
So we bought it at 625. I think earlier I said we bought it at 620. There was a $5,000 credit in the closing cost, so that's why that was a little bit different. The net price was 620. We ended up selling at 850. We listed it right at our ARV was 850 or 856. We listed it at 849.9. Sold at 850 quick. It was a tight project for us, so we have a minimum. Like we don't take on a project unless we're making $50,000 because we have this whole team and machine that costs a lot of money to go put it on a project.
P&L.
P&L.
Yeah, keep it tight.
This one, the buying costs were on point with the pro forma. Financing costs were way lower. Because we were planning on another 3 months of hold time we didn't have. Other costs were lower because of that. This property taxes, insurance, and all that was lower. Final sales price was $850, and because we went over budget, and we got $6,000 less on the ARV, we ended up not hitting our minimums. But I'll take it all day long. After last year, in 2025, I mean, we had a large number of projects that underperformed in Q3 and Q4.
Yeah.
So a $35,000 profit at the end of the day is nothing to sneeze at compared to what we were dealing with.
Yeah.
So from your point of view, did the transaction teach you anything? Does it change the way you look at the business at all, or is it just another transaction for you?
What changed for me was it really does matter to have a partner that can meet someone in person. That makes a big difference. If you have somebody that can help explain and build a relationship, I think that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
good. What advice would you give agents right now with the state of the market? With you come with an incredible background of business, and then coming into a very tough real estate market and creating a damn good business while through that. This is a great example of you helping out a guy and tailoring a solution that worked for him. I think a lot of agents struggle with that. So what advice would you give to newer agents that are getting started now, or agents that have been around for a while and potentially struggling?
Well, real estate isn't a one size fits all. It's every home, every homeowner, every buyer, everyone has a certain need. And it's just, I think if you're a master problem solver, then you can help the masses. Like you can help and problem solve anything, because that's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's helping them find a solution to the problem that they have. And they probably wouldn't be talking to you, at least if they need to sell, if they didn't have a need, which is really revealing a problem that they need a solution for.
Yeah.
So, yeah. being the
good.
best problem solver.
It's good. Well, this is what we consider a base hit in our business, and a fun project. And we gotta meet Karlee in the process, and hopefully help out Terry in his path back to Iowa, and sell a great starter home to a new family in El Cajon. So profit aside, even though it was under our targets, this is a project that we love. It wasn't a headache, and we were able to get in and out.
Money.
Some money, yes. So thank you, Karlee, for trusting us with Terry's sale, and thank you for watching. Come back next time. Till then, see you.